I'm installing a rear view backup system. I've already got one. This one shines down so low that when I back up to my trailer I can almost see the hitch. It's got a real small display. The guy I got this from, I've become a beta tester apparently, sent me a better one that mounts on my visor. I've already got wired to my trailer where it connects in the back, and I actually backed all the way to the backyard just using the display from the thing. 7 inches wide. I think they make a 10-inch wide too. But to start off with, this is the bracket for the camera. These are pretty heavy-duty cameras, and they're also got ultraviolet lights built in. They got it's pretty amazing the things you can see in total darkness. But I unscrewed the mounting bracket. I'm going to put it over here so it doesn't block my brake light. I found that generally, if you're driving down the center of say a 3-lane road, you can get all 3 lanes. It's like having a mirror. In fact, when you turn the thing off, it turns into a mirror, but my problem being that if I've got someone sitting behind me in a wheelchair, I really don't have a view, so I'm going to just wire this one in. And I'm just making 2 marks for where I'm going to drill my pilot holes. And I'm going to come right through here with the hole for the cabling. You can't see through a person, so put this back there, it's like perfect. And it doesn't take any getting used to. You're used to looking in your rear view mirror. That's too big a bit. Well, I'll go to this one. I'm using 5/8 on the holes I drilled that I got to run the cable from, just because of the ends in order to fit them through. This is fiberglass. Normally, if you're doing this, say, in steel or something, you could get a rubber grommet to go in there. You want to do something to seal it up. In this particular case, I'm using a epoxy gel to seal it up, which isn't going to be real pretty when I go to paint it. But I don't want any moisture getting in there. I don't want the cable flapping around to the wind. Okay, this is Mike. I got the cameras installed. Got the backup system installed. I got a slight glitch with it, so I'm going to do another video later day for that. This is my work trailer. It's got some gadgets in it. Got wired for an RV jack. Plug my generator into it from outside, and I got 120 volts and 220 volts for my welder. And then got a deep cycle battery on it. Runs it off a, right above there is a solar cell. Gives me about 1 amp and 1/10 maybe when the trailer's just sitting there. And then use a bunch of diodes so that when I turn on my running lights, the trailer lights inside here turn over. And these are all low voltage LEDs, except that's 120 volt one for when I'm sitting next to a power box or whatever. This is all the wiring for the backup sensors. They're a little too sensitive. I want to get a hold of my buddy I got them from and ask him a couple questions before I do anything further with that. Basically, you want to start with your cable. In this case, make sure you pick the right end. You want to start your cable with the male end of the power cable, because back under here, put a switch up there for the backup system. The lead coming off the camera is actually a female, so you don't want to spend all your time and run, in this case, 75 feet of cable through all the way through under the floor, which is how I ran it, all the way to the front. There's my jacks for the RV hookup. I ran my cables down here, and I ran them into weatherproof boxes and then used GFI covers on them. And I found there's enough space in there that you can fit your fingers in through the opening tuck in all your video and power lines into it. So I've got the same thing on the van itself down there. I still got to put the covers. The covers won't just screw on because they're meant to have a GFI. You got to get a little nut and bolt them on, but once you get them on, they're pretty waterproof. The van that I first put the camera on, there's a camera mount for it. I've got a second camera that gives me a lower angle, which is helpful when I'm backing up. Obviously I like lights. I like to be able to be seen. This thing has another camera, so when the handicap ramp comes down, I can see where I'm parking, see if I've got enough space. I got little floodlights for when it's dark inside the van. I ran my cables in through there for the camera that was on the rear of the van, and then the cables that run up to the dash from the trailer I ran underneath. This is actually a gadget I built. It's a crane, runs on 120 volts. Let's see if I can make it work and show it. I don't know what's happening. I got it tight. Well, it's pretty powerful. Goes up, down, swings in and out. Nothing to do with the camera, just another gadget I built. I used electric rams from an old Craftmatic bed. Worked pretty good. Plus this entire thing pivots, so you can take someone from a wheelchair, lift them up, and essentially pivot them and shoot them right into the back seat if they want to sit there. And then I've got an extension that turns this into a bed with 3 extra sets of seat belts. So if you take someone on a long trip, they can actually take a nap as you cruise. And this is where you really tell I got this thing for gadgets. I got my GPS. I've got you can see the screen. That's the camera coming off my, oh, it's cold, I'm shaking. That's the camera coming off the trailer, so that's why I see. It's got really good infrared, so I'm going to do another video tonight with infrared. Find something my dogs want to eat on. Got the monitor for the second camera. I might go ahead and add a 5th camera to this thing down by my license plate, where I started out avoiding putting them down there because really you don't want to see the front bumper of someone's car. You want to look over what's behind them, especially if you're trying to back up or something. But with a trailer, I could see where it'd be real handy to have a license plate mount camera. We'll work on that. Be another project.